Quando il gioco si fa duro, I duri cominciano a giocare ad Armor Attack.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Armor Attack Italy. I'm Angelo, and today's video is about the new character for the Hermit faction, and the new character is the STARCALLER Beast. Okay. You will see later on when he moves around, it looks like a bit like an Orango kind of thing. He mounts two light weapons, and this is the other new about the upgrade, the introduction of the light weapon. For the moment, only for the Hermit faction, but in the near future, I would believe for Bastion and Imperial, because they probably will introduce new characters that do use light weapons. Now, STARCALLER is a support, okay? And as you see, the starting durability and the speed are not so incredible, okay? The Odalisque, of course, is very fast, but not so tankish. But if you see, the Genesis just has better HP, and the same the Broadkeeper. The Acrid is just like the STARCALLER. Okay. Now, the active ability of the STARCALLER, basically, when you lock an opponent and use the ability from the sky, it gets bombed with a few charges. When you use it on an opponent that is quite close to you, it's very specific. When the opponent is quite far, is more about the area in which the opponent is. Okay, the active ability can be used as a sniper weapon, so it has a range of 600 meters, which is very nice. If you see that you have a teammate that is having problem because he's being attacked by 2-3 opponents, you can lock on one of them, use the active ability, and whoever of the opponent is within the range where the bombs get dropped will receive damage, so it can be applied even to more than one opponent. But remember, it's a support, so even when you upgrade it, the durability doesn't go sky high. Okay, and of course, the introduction of the light weapons. Okay, the light weapons, as you see, if I go on Bastion, it says not now. let's put it this way, not now. And the new light weapons are two different ones. The Vespid, which is the smaller brother of what's the name of those? Sorry. Of the, where are they? The Hornet. There we go. And in fact, if you see, even the look is the one of the Hornet. Okay, you see, this is more greenish, but basically it's a small Hornet. So you have the 350 meters, a reload of 8. The starting clip, it's nice. You know, 115 is nice, and the damage is not so bad. The other one is the light Orkan, and of course is another small brother of the Orkan. Okay, and even here, the look is quite similar. it starts with a better damage, but not the same amount of ammo. The reload time is quite longer because it's 25% more compared to the 8 second of the Vespid, and the distance, as for the Orkan, you have the 200 meters. But compared to the Vespid, the light Orkan, as the Orkan, when you hit the upgrade number 5, it starts to give you continuous fire. And since all the Hermit characters have that ability, which is the lifesteal that applies to every character, even for the STARCALLER, the more damage you do, the more lifesteal you get. So to have weapons that do not reload, they change rate of fire, but they continue to fire, especially for a hermit characters, that can be quite important. Okay, so when we are going to get to use the light Orkans and the Orkans, we're going to have, or the Maelstrom, we're going to have continuous fire all the time. We are not going to have a very long range because we're going to be set up for the 200 meters, but we are going to have continuous fire. While with the slug launcher and the Vespid, we are going to have 350 meters, but we are going to have the reload. Even more when I will use the Magnum, which has 600 meters, like the active ability, and the 2 Vespid with 350. So it's going to be interesting to see how this character works with the different setups. The first one that I'm going to use is the Geyser that has the 100 meters, okay, but nice damage. And I'm going to use the light Orkans because are the one that have the shorter range, and because they give me the continuous fire. Because with the Geyser I will have to go very close, and to have 3 weapons that need reload, I don't think is a very good idea. Even more, the recharge of the active ability is about long, you know, a bit like the one of the obelisk. You know, we're talking about 25, 35 seconds. It's you see, the cooldown up to level 8 is 40 seconds. Okay, it's quite long. So you will not be able to use it just every time. So with this kind of combo, with this kind of setup, which is for short range, and we're gonna force things a bit because it's a support and it's not a brawler or a tank, we have at least to get the continuous fire of the Orkans to try to be able to resist a bit more. Okay, and we are going to see how this works on the battlefield. A couple of things that I should mention is that we are on the test server, and on the test server there's not really much level 6 around. Hangars are stronger than that, so we're taking a bit of a chance. This build, I would think it's way risky to be used on team deathmatch. Okay, as you see, we are level 6 and it has 135,000 HP. Not really much, and with this build we have to go close. Okay, we have the 200 meters with the Orkans, but then the Geezer wouldn't reach the target. So, but let's see what happens if I bomb the guy, and let's see how much health we chop off. Well, there was even the other guy shooting, so maybe this one is getting a bit closer, and we will be able to oh well. Okay. The only thing I'm not really convinced about is these things here. I don't know. And remember when I told you that it walks around a bit about like an orango? That's what I was talking about. Let's see if we can bomb anybody around here as soon as they get in somebody's radar. Not too bad. Wow. Shoot. That was fast. All right, let's see if this time we are a bit more lucky. The other ones were nothing impressive, so let's see if this time I do believe that the problem is on the 135,000 HP, because when you have to counter opponents that are minimum at level 7, both on character and weapons, 135,000 HP, not really much. I mean, if I bump into an opponent that is already a level 8, I'm not going to go far. But hey, give it a try. Okay, that was done. Let's reload just in case. And see if... where are you? No, that was the only one that I had in range, damn it. Oh, this one. This one is in my range. Okay. Now, let's see if he can go there. I'm not sure that... And in fact, he didn't nothing. we are going to be in range for this one, and okay, not too bad. Now I still have the aspid, but and the geezer. See? Oh well, I was a bit better than the others, but nothing exciting. That's a level 6. Okay, that was level 6 of so-so. But as we saw, the durability wasn't that much. Now maxed out, we are going to have the 250, but because I did use these 2 perks, survival, I'm going to have the 38,000 extra and the 30% of lifesteal. But these 38 are built in a different way, and if I get a chance to show you what I mean, I will try to do so. And then the Archons are up to 3005, which is very nice. The clip is 90, and then since we are in continuous fire, each one of them is going to shoot 6 rockets or whatever, bombing, whatever things they are, grenades, etc. We're gonna have 12 of these while the geezer is recharging, and that's gonna give us some extra lifesteal and damage and everything. And we'll see how it goes. And the geezer itself went up to 8,007, which is in 200 ammo. So even the geezer is going to be dangerous. But and the little bombs from the sky, we're gonna have a reduction of the cooldown for the ability, and as you see, the damage will increase. What is it? That's about the 50%. 51. Oh, that was there already. Stupid me. Anyway, let's see what this baby does on the battlefield once is maxed out. All right, here we go. Oh, Bastion. All right. It's that we have the 100 meters, but for example, in a situation like this with this kind of build, where of course we have not really that much of a range, but if there's going to be any sniper on the platform over here where I'm looking at, we will be able to use the ability to bomb it a bit and do some damage. So he's coming this way. Come on, come on. Yeah. Far from the Germany for the geezer, so Aw, come on. Choose left or right. Where you wanna go? Bomb the guy as well. I need to do some extra damage before I get to. Unfortunately, no one was helping me, not even a bit, so has been a short one. Okay, taking a chance this time, cause I don't know, this setup for team deathmatch I think is a bit risky, but we'll see. For sure, we will have to be very careful in getting close to the opponents, because as well. Hopefully. Okay, much better this time, and we're getting I better reload, because you never know. Even if this position is not really and bomb it. Let's see what happens. And okay. And this time with the activity we managed to close enough, not close enough, not close enough. And I have to go out in the open to get close enough, which is not really what I would like to do. But maxed out this time is doing a different job. Oops. Well, with the geyser, as you've seen, is not an easy build, and most likely you need to get used to it. Maxed out, it wasn't too bad, but at the same time not really nothing to be so happy about. But it could work. But remember, it's also a sport. It's not a tank, it's not a brawler. And now we are going to see how it works in the combination of Orkan and light Orkan. And we'll see. And at this time, we're going to have the 200 meters for each weapon, and we are going to have the continuous fire for each weapon. So I would expect a better result. One thing, don't pay attention to this, to silver one or whatever, because when we installed a new version for the test server, we all had to start from bronze. So all the maxed out hangers are around in silver, in gold, because that happened just a few days ago. And so that silver one doesn't count much, okay? And also, when I'm playing with the level 6 like I'm going to do now, taking account that on the test server there is a lot of maxed out stuff. So of course, if you're playing in gold or in platinum, the result would be much better than the one that I can achieve here, okay, with level 6. So keep that in mind. Okay, and let's see with this combo how it goes. I do expect a better result though, I have to be honest. Better range on the heavy weapon, continuous fire with the 3 of them. I should give the STARCALLER a better chance to survive longer. But actually the Geezer are, I would say, for accurate and maybe for the Broadkeeper. Because you have both weapons very high and you can shoot even under cover. Okay, so as you see, the continuous fire has been doing his job, and I haven't lost a lot of HP. Which is good. Ay. And this time we are going to use also the ability, because ouch. Oh well, I had 3 opponents shooting at me, I wasn't that a very good situation. Okay, team deathmatch in the Camino map with a level 6. Oh boy. Ooh. Well, let's see what we can do. It could be some kind of mission impossible actually, but hey. When you test, you can't complain. You have to give it a try. Okay, these guys coming this way maybe. All the way here. We have actually the tunnel. Okay, let's bomb him a little bit. Okay. Get on the passage. Why are you walking away? Let me shoot you a little bit. Okay, let's go get him the other way. Come on. Come on. Be nice. Get yourself shootable. There you go. Burn almost the half of my durability. Cover. Oh no. Okay, now is the time for the maxed out. This one we saw before, and this is the Orkan. Okay, he's going to shoot only 3 missiles when it gets in continuous fire, but and as you see, the ammo is not as much as the light Orkan, but they are light and this is heavy. And we'll see, and of course the STARCALLER itself is going to be much stronger at level 9, so let's see if this combo at level 9 does the job. On level 6, how can I explain it? To be a level 6, it wasn't bad. But of course, being a level 6 dropped into a situation where the minimum is level 7, that's a bit tough. I mean, if it had to be a mix between level 6 and 7, it would have been okay. But since on the test server there are a lot of chances that you're gonna confront with level 8 and 9, then a level 6. Oh boy, and it's going to be like this for every combo that we are going to try today, and even for the next videos. I cannot have, a private match where I get all the opponents of my same level to get a better idea of how that build works at a certain level. I have to get in the field and see what happens. Okay, let's see what we can do maxed out. Weapons and character, and keep in mind that now we are going to have the continuous fire, and for all the weapons, because before with the Geezer we didn't have that, and we had the 100 meters. This time we have the 200 meters, and we have the continuous fire even for the heavy weapon with the Orkan. So I would expect a better result. Every battle is different. Maybe I'm gonna find myself with 3-4 opponent shooting at me at the same time, and they're gonna whack me out in seconds. I don't know. We'll see. Thing is that, here we have one. tell you what, I'm gonna bomb the guy. And then, there we go, buddy. The thing is that behind him there is already an anchorage, and I have to be careful because this guy is gonna do me a lot of damage quick, and I have to try to get some cover. With the lifesteal, I've been recouping some of my durability, so it's not too bad. Let's see if we can get the Genesis here. I have to be careful with on this side because there are these other two characters that moved in that direction, so they're probably seen around there. I don't have to give them too much. Let's bomb this guy a bit. We didn't kill it, but it was close. That was really close. The only thing is okay, already over the 200. Let's see if we can see the other guy. No, he's not around. And we try the bombing effect even close. Didn't do much though. Sincerely, I don't understand why he's not using the energy dome of the half-life. That would have been a very nice way to defend himself, but he didn't use it. And I see that often with the half-life. It seems they forget they have that ability and they don't use it. Sorry for this, but the Android version, when you play it with an emulator, there are some issues with the mouse, and sometimes the view jams and you can't change it. So don't think I have a very strange play style. It's just that sometimes I can't turn the view, so I have to try to survive the situation and keep going. Okay, let's see if we get anyone. Okay, we could bomb. I know. Okay. Well, but it wasn't too bad. Alright, and now we get to a build that I realized I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, and that is the build with the Maelstrom. The natural match is with the Orkans, since they all have the 200 meters range. All weapons after level 5 get into the continuous fire mode, so it's just the match, the natural match, you know, compared to the one with the Vespid. And let's see how this baby does on the battlefield. Okay, here we are. And let's see what this baby can do at level 6, even if on the test server, as I said before, level 6 can be very weak. Okay, so I'll try my best and we see what happens. We have the 200 meters range. Okay, there you are. Yes, thank you very much. And we get the first kill. Here we have a Genesis. That's a different thing. But we can always bomb the guy, right? And do some extra damage before we get back into it. And there you go. Second kill. Not too bad. Let's see what we can do with this guy here. He's going to get... let me see if I can get him this way. Yeah. Still in range. Enough. Come on. Die. Oh, it was about time. Okay, he has the wisp. So if we get under the 30 meters, we can do nothing. And so this is going to be an easy kill. Because basically the wisp below the 30 meters are useless. So, oops. Oh well. But, hey, for a level 6 wasn't too bad. Well, the level 6 didn't perform badly. Kills were not too difficult. But we are on the test server where level 6 are on the weak side. But I would think that setup for the Gold League and even the Platinum one, at least at the beginning, would be a setup that will give you some nice satisfaction. Now, before we get into the gameplay of the maxed out edition with Maelstrom, Orcans and STARCALLER, we do a little comparison between the Orcan and the Maelstrom. So with the Maelstrom, we have better damage per second. But when it goes into continuous fire, which is, it will happen easily, you have 2.5 shots per second. Okay? And you get into the continuous fire pretty soon because you have only 30 ammo. When you get into the Maelstrom, as you see, the damage per second is not as good, but you have a longer clip, and then when you get into continuous fire, here you're shooting 12 rounds a second, not 2.5. So even if on, let's say on the paper, Orkans do look better, from my experience, because I've been using Maelstrom quite a bit, the Maelstrom tends to give you nice results. Okay, but let's see what it does on the battlefield, because that's what makes the difference. You know, try it on the battlefield and see what it does. All right, Beacon Rush, Canyon map. It's okay. And all right, first thing that we do is to get a beacon. Guess what? It's Beacon Rush. Let's see if my teammates do have. No, they don't seem to care much. And on the minimap up on the left, they're all still waiting for something. I don't know what's going on. At least that is a squad. In that case, it could make sense. Okay, we have the first guy here. Alright, an accurate, which is not really, a friendly opponent. And here we have a creeper. That shouldn't be that much of a problem. Shouldn't, but you never know. And if even this one is done, who's behind me? Okay, we get Dagger. Okay. No reason to shoot when I can't hit it. And since this weapon does not have a reload, as soon as I stop firing, they start reloading. And that's another thing about Maelstrom, Orkans, Torrents, light Orkans, and we didn't have the need to use the ability yet. But since we are at level 9, we bump this guy a little bit and see what kind of result we get. Unless he's already under cover. Yeah, he's already under the section of the beacon seat, so he has a ceiling on top of his head, and we're not going to do much shooting from the sky. So even this one is done. Okay, we have the ability. Let's see if this time we do some nice damage. Not too much, but hey, better than nothing. Let's recoup this beacon. Okay, he's out in the open, so this time we should get the chance to do a better damage. Let's see if this one works better. Not really a massive amount of damage, but hey. Now you're in. And now I can shoot you as much as you want. It's a tank, it's a hoplite, but and our health is not too bad yet. Not to the max, but still decent. Somebody just took beacon B, and we are getting short of beacons here, so we better do something about it. I had somebody on my back. Well, wasn't bad. Even I had to use the STARCALLER basically as a brawler, which is not what you are intent to do with this kind of character, but it wasn't too bad. And now we get into the realm of the weapons that are supposed to be more fit for the STARCALLER, and that means long range, which is 350, long range weapons, and then at the end we are going to try it out even with a sniper weapon, and that should be possibly the distance at which you work with the STARCALLER, because after all is a support. It's not a tank, it's not a brawler or a scout, it's a support. And in fact, as you see, a level 6, it really doesn't have much durability. And that's why even on the other one, which is the one that I have maxed out, I did choose survival on both perks to just get a bit extra durability. And now we see how this baby can work with this kind of weapons. Oh well, Canyon is not really giving me a lot of chances of having long range clear shot, but I see what I can do. And sorry for my voice. I'm not trying to be, one of those actors they have that deep, lower voice kind of thing. It's just that I'm having a little cough these days, so my voice is a little bit rough. But you will have mercy of me, right? Come on, give me a target. I want a target. Oh. Wait for the reload. Wasn't too bad. I mean, for a level 6, it really wasn't too bad. Oh, now I have to reload even the other weapons. That wasn't good. He's gonna come out this way. And let's see if we can finish the job. Because I have that other one on the way. Okay, let's try to get a little cover behind here, and then we bomb the guy. Let's bomb the guy. Okay. Oh, that was nice. And then I have even the teammate that helped out. That was good. Shoot at that bastard behind me. Thank you. And let's try to get out of trouble with some bombing. Okay, that was a little late. Oops. Oh well. Level 6. But it wasn't too bad, right? Okay, and let's see this time if we get a better result. Now, being here, I will give it a try to get myself on the platform. Yeah, right. It had to be this way, you know. That just before. Come on, give me a break. I'm doing a video here. And here, of course, we are going to try to take advantage of this, the distance and the cover. And at this point, we bomb this one. Okay, we've done some damage, and enough to finish him up. Okay, now the problem with this log launcher is, okay, the balls of fire, whatever they are, they don't travel that fast. You don't have really much ammo, and I mean, even the damage could be better. For these sort of balls of fire to travel a little faster, you need to max it out. And it's still, the ammo are not going to be that much. And the reload time remains, could be faster, you know what I mean? If you have just a couple bursts of ammo, you know, at least give me a fast reload. Okay, we're gonna bomb this one. See what we got. Not much. Okay, so we're going to try to get that guy over there. Ouch, ouch. Basically, the Vespid are doing the majority of the work. Okay, let's bomb this one again. If he gets there in time. Yeah. Reload. Gee, I don't know. Did you notice? I get the two bursts of slug launcher on target, but they really didn't do much. You know, I've never been enthusiastic about this weapon, but it's seems that is not really doing a good job. We'll see later on when I'm gonna try it with the Magnum, which is a sniper weapon, but because I've been testing that combination a few days ago, and it really wasn't too bad. I mean, even this one is working, don't get me wrong, but nope, over 350 doesn't do me any good. I'm in reload time with everything. You see, slug launcher is not really doing much, and it's a heavy weapon. Okay, which one of these? Let's go for the guy over here. Not much. Again, the Vespid are doing oops. Oh well. Okay, now is the time to try this combo, this build, maxed out for all the weapons and the character, and let's see if things do change. Wasn't that much impressed at level 6, and let's see what happens at level 9. And let's hope for the best. Okay, let's see how it goes with everything maxed out. Because honestly, before I had the impression that the Aspid, the two light, were doing the job way more than the slug launcher, which is the heavy one. So let's see if now, with everything maxed out, the situation turns the other way around or not. And if not, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I've never been very convinced by the slug launcher. Even before I tried them on Roadkeeper, Acrid, but I didn't really ever get the result I was expecting. So I don't know. Let's bomb this guy. For sure it works better. Let's see if it's... This guy here is a bit annoying, so we're gonna bomb this one a bit. Let's see if we can do some decent damage. And the Aspid are doing a good job. I mean, they're light weapons, but And as you see that, oh no, there is too many shooting at that guy, and you can't really tell how much damage is delivered by the Vesper. So let's try. Oh, this is a nice one. You see the slug launcher is not really doing much damage, in my opinion. I may be wrong, but it really doesn't seem to be so effective. And this time, for example, it's nice, you know, but okay, let's bomb the guy, so we should be able to. I guess it locked on the other guy. Here we see the best bit, since I'm the only one shooting at the guy. No, he's logging in. I was trying to get on the entire battle, so we can actually see this time what happened. 5 kills, 5 assists, 1,000,000.6. Could have done better, but hey, not too bad anyway. We still did get MVP after all. Then in other battles we will probably be number 4, but this was much better than other ones. Okay, and now is the time to try the combo, the build with the Magnum. Okay, and see if this one, of course this is a sniper weapon, so it has 600 meters range, and take in mind that even the active ability has 600 meters range. So on a very long distance, these two, the Magnum and the active ability, can work together. And for the regular, let's say the regular long range, the of the Vespid, the 350, the Magnum will help quite a bit. I would expect more than the slug launcher. So we see how this kind of combo at 6 and at 9 is going to work. Okay, since we have played with the slug launcher from the platform, and of course we'll try to do the same with the Magnum and see if we can notice any difference. Which one of the two seems to be more effective? Okay, that was a nice chunk. And now we bomb the guy, and possibly, yes, we get the kill. Nope. soon, but we still have the range for this guy. Come on. Come back under. Yes. Thank you very much. This one, we'll give it a bombing too, just in case. Okay, come out. Thank you. Well, compared to the build with the slug launcher, I really do have the impression that this one works much better. And the aspid in this case are a nice help to the Magnum. Let's see where this guy goes. Come out. Thank you very much. And we bomb this one too. Active ability. Bomb, 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 bomb. Oh. I guess he's coming back, and we wait for him. There you go, sir. Oops. These two are not in a good position for me. And we bomb the architect as well. And come on, die. Come on. Ah, damn. That was bad, and we're still far from bomb this guy. Here's the... Where are you? Oh, there you are. Come on. There you go. Oh, that's the third kill. But I would think that we've done a few assists as well. Now we're gonna bomb this guy as well. Just take advantage of that. And, you know, it's a level 6. So, 3 kills, not too bad. And thinking that possibly none of these characters are level 6, but higher, so... yeah. Okay. bomb the guy first and do some damage. Oops. Well, but come on. All right. That wasn't too bad. You know, much better than with the slug launcher anyway. And now we see what this baby can do once it's all maxed out. Weapons and character, and I'm expecting something interesting. Another time, the Bastion. And that will give us a direct comparison. And this one is good. Now, of course, thank you. Let me see how it is. Okay, let's get it to work. Ooh. This guy. Reload, so that we start with full ammo, which is never a mistake. Oh yeah. Of course you would have much faster result if there were 2 Magnum, but let's bomb that guy over there. Yes. And let's get him when he gets around. Reload the Magnum, and let's bomb this guy. Get out and finish. Where is he? There you are. And this time it's your turn, sir, to get bombed from the sky. There you go. Where's these guys going? Far from the hospital. but when it comes out of there, I could. Okay, now here also we can be bombed. Alright, and even this guy is out of the equation. And let's see if we got anyone here. Yeah. Oops. Bombs away. And all right. Oops, but we really don't have, because of it. So I will have to do something that even programs do, but we need to get beacons. Who's behind me? And I wanted to find cover behind the pillar, but it didn't work. But hey, it wasn't too bad. Okay, and these are the result of the battle. Yeah, with the other character that I've used, I just been running around trying to recoup beacons, but as you see, that wasn't enough. We just lost for 1 point. Damn it. Anyway, as you see, maxed out with the Magnum, 5 kills, 5 assists, 2.5 million. Not bad, really not bad. Alright, and now is time for some impressions and evaluations. So first, let's start from the character, from the STARCALLER. The STARCALLER is a support. Okay, no brawler, no tank, no assault, a support. And in fact, the durability is not that much, and we're talking about maxed out, okay? And even the speed, okay? The active ability does work decently. I cannot say that it does an incredible amount of damage, but it's useful. The reload time is long because when you get to level 8 it goes down to 30 seconds, but it's still 30 seconds, okay? So compared to other characters like anyone basically in the Hermit, their cooldown time is faster than the one of the active ability of the STARCALLER. So keeping that in mind, and then it's and if you have to buy it, the STARCALLER is going to cost you 25,000 silver. Instead, if you have the Prime Plus, you can try it for free. Now, let's get into the builds. Okay, the first one that we have tried was the one with the geyser. Geyser are very effective. They do a lot of damage. They have a reload time and only 100 meters. So I did match the geyser with the light Orcans, okay, with the light Orcans, and that because past level 5 of the grades is start to fire in continuous fire mode. So while the geyser do reload, we still have the Orcans, the light Orcans, doing some damage, giving us some life steal, so recouping some HP and stuff. But on a character like the STARCALLER support 250,000 HP, you're taking a chance, in my opinion. It's very risky business. But if you are a brawler and you just brawl all the time, possibly you will be able to use a build like this much better than I did and get even nicer results with that build. But I would say it's risky business. Then we go to the 200 meters. At the 200 meters we have the Orcans. Nice damage. The clip is not so big. Even when they go in continuous fire, the fire rate is 2.5 shots per second, so it's not really that fast. But they work. As you've seen in the battles, I didn't achieve much with this build. But again, you have to get a hold on it, because matched with the light Orcans, these are all weapons that when you stop firing, they start reloading. Okay, that's the good part of the weapons that do get into continuous fire mode, because as soon as you stop firing, they start reloading. So the next time you are going to open fire, at least you will have an initial burst that is 100%. So afterwards, if you have it reload completely the weapon, that initial burst is not going to last long, but you're gonna have some. And that's why with weapons like the Orcans and the Maelstrom, if there is an obstacle in between you and your opponent, just don't shoot, stop. Because even if you stop for a second or two, in the meantime, these weapons are going to reload. Okay? And then we have the Maelstrom. As you see, the damage is not as good as the one of the Orcans, but we have a clip that is more than the double, and then even the fire rate of in the continuous fire mode is much faster. Here we're talking about 11, a bit more than 11 shots per second. With the Orcans, we were talking about 2.5. So maybe, yes, it doesn't have the same damage per second on full burst. But the Orcan is going to go into continuous fire much faster, and then is going to have a much slower fire rate. The Maelstrom on the other side will have less damage per second in full burst, but it's going to last much longer, and afterwards it's gonna have a better fire rate. And in fact, as you've seen, it gives you better results than the Orkans. But we will match it with the light Orkans because it's nice to have 3 weapons on continuous fire, especially for the lifesteal, because as we said before, the STARCALLER is not a tank, for sure not a tank. Okay, so that's going to be nice. Then we get into the long range, the slug launcher, 350 meters, with the Vespid, 350 meters. As we have seen in the battles, it seemed like the Vespid were doing a better work, a better job than the slug launcher, which is the heavy. Sometimes I was hitting the opponent and the slug launcher was doing really some good damage. Then the next round it seemed like it was not really doing much. So I'm still puzzled about the slug launcher, but so far they don't really convince me much. And then we get to the last one, and that was the surprise of the day, and that is the Magnum, which did a nice job, matched with the Vespid. And the thing is that here you're going to have the main weapon, the heavy weapon with 600 meters range, and the ability of the STARCALLER has 600 meters range. Okay, and as you've seen, this was actually the build that I could finish the battle just with using only the STARCALLER, and even in number of kills and damage and everything, it gave me the best result. Of course, I didn't play 20 battles with each build. If not, this video will last 6 hours. But for what we have tested, and that was a surprise, I'm honest, this turned out to be a nice build. And you know, it goes along with what the STARCALLER is a support. And this combo, I believe, works very well on the Bastion map, either Beacon Rush or Team Deathmatch. On Shipyard, Beacon Rush, Team Deathmatch, and the Shipyard Team Deathmatch, there is not, you don't really get clear shots over the 250-300 meters. So there are not a lot of spots where you can park your character and from there do a sniper thing. You still will have to move around and everything, and clear shots are not, you won't get them as often as you get them on the Bastion map or the Beacon Rush Shipyard map. On the Team Deathmatch Shipyard map, it's a bit more difficult. And of course on Canyon, because Canyon long range shots are not easy. So if you use this build on the Canyon map, you will have to stay a bit, aside from the action and hope for some clear shots every now and then. But you will have the chance to use the ability, because you're shooting bombs from the sky, so the only thing you need is that your opponent is out in the open, and that's it. So of course not if they are in the area of the beacon sea, because then they will have the rest of the mountain over their head, and those missiles are not going to do anything. I think that was a decent how can I say, we did look at every possible combination and everything, so I really hope you get enough infos and even with the gameplay to say, if I want to get one of these, most likely I will set it up with these weapons. So I do really hope it did help you a bit, and in that case, hey, place a like, and if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and for now this is it. And as usual, the last thing that I'm gonna tell you is ciao.